So after logging in, go to this left panel, choose Learn, choose Start Tutorial. He'll show something, don't worry, just say Start Tutorial. Okay. Now these are the terminologies that they are going to use. First thing, the thing. Okay. The thing is anything that you connect to IoT, your edge devices. That's what we call as things. Like our first lecture, it can be as simple as some bulb which you want to control, some LED, some switches, anything, any hardware that you are planning to connect to your IoT, they are going to call it as a thing. Okay. Other thing is the gateway. Gateway. So basically, wherever they use gateway, they mean Amazon IoT service, the cloud. The cloud. Okay. That's what they are going to call it, gateway. But generally, when you say gateway means, gateway is a device which connects you to internet. For example, your router is a gateway because you are using a router to connect to internet. That's in general terminology. But in Amazon IoT, wherever it is written gateway means their cloud. Their cloud. Okay. So you can also see here they have a figure of a cloud. And these two are the things which are somehow connected to the cloud. Okay. And they are interactively showing you what services are happening. For example, here you can see I have 3 buttons and here I have a bulb which can glow in 3 colors. Okay. I press red, it is red. I press green, it is green. I press blue, it is blue. So again, you can see when we press red, some message is going to the cloud and the cloud is sending some message to the bulb. Can you see? Right? So instead of directly connecting this guy to this guy, we are controlling this thing through the cloud. We send our command to the cloud and the cloud will send the command to the actuator, to the thing. Okay, so the nice thing is these guys, they need not be in the same network. They need not be even in the same country. Only requirement is both of them should be connected to Amazon IoT cloud. So this guy is acting as a gateway for the connection between them. That's the idea the figure is giving. How we really do it, we will see later. Okay, this is the idea. So you have things, you have the cloud as the gateway, you control the things through the cloud. So from your one device, message is going to the cloud, and from the cloud, it is going to the thing. Looks fine? Okay, so that's what they have written here. Things can communicate with each other via the device gateway. Gateway is cloud, even if they are using different protocol. That is another advantage. Again, 2 lectures before we discussed few of the protocols used in IoT, right? You can use HTTP, but you can use other things also. MQTT, AQTT, different kind of protocols are there for connecting with the internet. Here the advantage of Amazon Cloud is these 2 devices may be running different protocol. And this gateway will automatically manage it. Only thing is when you connect the device, you should say like which protocol you want. Okay. And he doesn't support all kind of protocol. Amazon supports only 2 protocol. These 2 guys. HTTP, I hope you understand what is HTTP. So again, tomorrow please have a look at the slide on MQTT. Okay. Message queue and telemetry transport. What is broker, what is subscription, what is publishing, those things are there in the slide. Just have a look because we will be doing that here. So Amazon, they support only these 2. It should be either HTTP or MQTT, and you can also see the port number. Amazon HTTP, they are not going to use port 80, they are going to use port 8443. although it is an HTTP protocol. They are not going to run port 80, not the web server one. We will be using this port number. When we are using HTTP, when you are using MQTT, we will be using 8883 port number. How we do it, we will see tomorrow. But this is another advantage. Your things can be in different network and you can control them through the cloud. And the things may be using different protocol, but still the cloud can manage them, even if they are a different protocol.
But they can be only interchange.
Okay. Cannot be any protocol. Yeah. For the time being in Amazon, either HTTP or MQTT. One of them. Another thing, again. So that is the first one, device gateway. It acts as a gateway. Other option in Amazon is something called the rules engine. Okay. Suppose you want to get some data from this switch and apply some rule on that. For example, when I press blue button, I want green color here. So how do you do it? If you are using Arduino directly, you can do it. In the Arduino program, you can write in such a way that when you press blue, make it green. Right? No big deal. But after some times, I felt like when I press blue, I need to make it red. I'm giving some random example. If you are doing it directly on this device, you should physically access this device and change its program, all kind of things. Can you see it? You should go to this device and change his code, his program. And many a times it is not possible, and many a times we don't want to do it. We don't want to physically go and modify this one. Instead of that, we can modify the program in the cloud. And that's what we call as the rule. For example, I can write a rule here in such a way that when the message corresponds to blue button comes, this rule will send the message corresponding to green light. So tomorrow if you want to modify it, you don't have to modify the program here, you just have to modify the rule here. So that's the advantage. So you can get some data and you can apply some rules on that data. Again, Amazon uses the term rule, which is basically like some program. You get some data, you can modify that data in the cloud instead of modifying it in the edge device. Another nice thing is you can enable or disable the rule also anytime you want. Okay, again, this example, when I press red, okay, red came, you applied the rule, but there is no rule for red, so nothing happens. This guy became red. You send green, it is green because there is no rule for green message. You press blue, previously it was blue, but now it is green because I have a rule in the cloud which sends the message for green light when he gets a message for blue button. And you can disable also. If I disable the rule, it just happens as before. The rule is not applied. Kind of thing. It's fine. So the rules engine evaluates inbound messages published into AWS. So again, they are using the publish because they are talking in terms of MQTT. That is where we have something called the publishing. So basically, you can apply some rule on the messages coming to the cloud, transform it, and deliver to another thing. Okay, so in this example, you are getting the message for blue, and you are applying the rule. If the switch for blue is pressed, send the message for green light. And like that. And you can disable the rule also. That is the second advantage. Third one is called the rule action. Rule action. For example, you say like, if you receive any message from this device, you want to send an SMS. You want to send an SMS to your phone. Or if there is any data coming from here, you want to store it in a database so that in future you can do some analysis on that data. So the nice thing about, again, Amazon IoT is you can apply something called the rule action. This one, previous one was rule engine. Using rule action, you can hook up other services to the cloud service. So here Amazon, they already have a service called SNS, Simple Notification Service. This is not part of IoT. SNS service is another thing given by Amazon using which you can send SMS to phone. Okay. You can hook up that service with your IoT and you can specify if some message comes, send SMS. It's very easy. Otherwise, what you will have to do, you will have to build the hardware or circuit, whatever, to send message to the phone. You don't have to do it. The cloud service, they will do it for you. And Amazon, they themselves have a database service and you can hook up that here, and if any data comes here, he will put it into the database automatically. In other simple terms, you can hook up other services from Amazon to the IoT service of the Amazon. That's why their IoT platform is very popular. Amazon, as we saw before, they have a lot of other services also. Database, they have analytics. These are all other services, but you can connect those services with IoT service and do everything together. It's fine. Okay. Enough. Device shadow. This is the last one, I guess. What Amazon does is, for all your devices here, it will automatically create a software model for that. Okay. So here you have a bulb, and Amazon, it will create a software model for the bulb. But this is not a hardware thing. Okay. This is just a software thing. So when you send any message to this guy, that message will go to this software model also. Okay. Why it is advantageous? For example, you want to send blue light message, and somehow your device is not connected to internet. Suppose due to some reason this internet connection is not working, so your device is not connected to internet. So this button, okay, this is showing like this is not connected to internet, and you send some message, okay, green. Okay, because there is no internet, this message cannot go to your device, but that will be stored in this software model. And whenever your device comes online, this software model will automatically send back all the messages which were missed by this guy. Okay? It's fine. So that's why they call it as a shadow. This is a software model for your actual device, and every message going to your actual device will be stored here also. So in case this device is not connected, whenever it gets connected, he will update it automatically. These two will be automatically synchronized. That is one advantage. Another advantage is, suppose you want to give the access to your computer or your device to some third party. Some other guy, he wants to see the status of your bulb. So you have two choices. Either you give direct access to your device, or you give access only to the shadow. And usually we don't want direct access to hardware. We don't want to give direct access to hardware to third party because you don't trust them. They can hack it or they can do